My name is Chikamaleweza and I'm here again bringing you videos on how to make money online. Please do not skip any part of this video, stick to the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon button so I can bring you more videos like this and you receive notifications when I bring up more videos like this. Now let's get right into the video. Welcome to my channel once more. In this video, I will be giving you a step-by-step process on how to buy cryptocurrency as a beginner. Now, if you have not bought cryptocurrency online before and this is your first time, you need to listen to this. You need to know all the processes to go through before buying your first crypto. And even if you have bought cryptos online in the past and you don't know these things, you need to also watch this video so you will learn how to buy crypto online, what things you need to do first, and all the steps you need to take before you purchase your first crypto, and how to save it after on. So now, the first thing you need to do before you purchase any crypto is to make sure your computer is safe. There are several steps you can take to ensure your computer is safe from malware, keyloggers, and crypto trojans when buying cryptocurrency. Why I mentioned keylogger specifically is because it's a form of malware that keeps track and records your keystrokes as you type, and it takes this information and sends it to a hacker. So imagine your password being hacked. Hence, the first step you need to take in order to keep your computer safe is to use a reputable cryptocurrency exchange. You need to choose a well-known and established cryptocurrency exchange with a good reputation, just like this one here, Binance. You need to check online for reviews and forums to see what other users are saying about the exchange's security measures and track record. The exchanges that you can use are exchanges like Coinbase, Gemini, and Binance. These are the ones I know and I'm registered in, so you can use any of these. The second thing you need to do is that when you register in these exchanges, you need to enable two-factor authentication. Most of these reputable exchanges offer two-factor authentication, which adds an extra layer of security to your account. This can include a combination of a password and a one-time code sent to your phone or email. I'm going to demonstrate this when I log to my Binance account later on in this video. The third thing you need to keep in mind is to keep your computer and software up to date. You need to regularly update your computer's operating system, web browser, antivirus software, and any other application you use. This will help protect against known vulnerabilities and exploits. The next thing again you need to do is to use a reliable antivirus program. Install a reputable antivirus program and keep it updated. This will help protect against malware and other malicious programs like I mentioned earlier on when I started this video. And these malicious programs could compromise your computer's security. Then the next thing is that you should be cautious of phishing scams. Be wary of unsolicited emails or messages that ask for personal information or login details. Always double check the sender's email address and verify the authenticity of the message before clicking any links or entering any information. You need to consider using a separate device that is only used for buying and selling cryptocurrency if you want to start purchasing cryptocurrency. This can help minimize the risk of malware and other security threats. Now, after you form a password, most times people save their password on their computers. Don't do that, or their web browsers. When you register on these exchanges, you need to use a pen and paper to write down your passwords and username, then save it in a safe place. The next thing you need to do is to create a secure email account, and you need to use an email account such as Proton Mail. This is because all the traditional email accounts that we use, such as Google and Yahoo, are not encrypted end to end, so people can read your messages. Even Google themselves can read your message, but when you use Proton, nobody else will read your message. Even Proton themselves, you can see it here, it is encrypted end to end, and you can create a free account here. Now, last thing I'll say before I start to tell you how you can start buying cryptocurrency is that when you finish buying cryptocurrency, you need to use a hard wallet. You need to consider using this hard wallet to store your cryptocurrency instead of leaving it on the exchange. This provides an extra layer of security and can protect your assets from potential hacks. Now look at, as you can see from here, a hard wallet is a physical storage device that stores private keys or tokens or cryptocurrency. These devices may be flash drives or hard disk drives. Hard wallets are usually more secure than soft wallets because of its physical offline nature and portability. Now, as opposed to soft wallets, as you can see, a soft wallet is a software where cryptocurrencies and private keys are stored. So they are stored in places like desktop, your mobile phone, online formats such as websites and applications such as these Binance, KuCoin, and Gemini, as you can see from here. So it's advised that you buy a hard wallet like Ledger. Ledger is the most popular that I know. I don't know of any other one. So you can see here, and I will talk about it later on in this video. By following all these steps, it can help you protect your computer and your cryptocurrency investments from potential security threats. Now, the first step you need to take before you purchase a cryptocurrency is to choose a cryptocurrency exchange that suits you. Like I earlier said, there are many exchanges available, so it's important that you do your research to find the one that is reputable, secure, and easy to use. Like I told you, I use Binance, KuCoin, and Gemini, and they are all good and protected. Now, you need to set up an account. I am registered on Binance, so I don't need to set up any account. So I'll show you how I'll log in, and I'll show you the things you do in order to buy your first cryptocurrency. Once you have chosen an exchange, you need to set up an account. This typically involves providing some personal information such as your name, email address, phone number, and you need to verify your identity. So if you're not registered before, you need to click on register and you provide your details. Now from here, you can either sign up with your email or phone number, or you continue with Google or with your Apple login details. So this will create a profile. You add your phone number and need to verify it. After you register, you need to verify your account with your ID. So for me, I will go back and I'll click on login. Now I'll log in with this QR code. Now I'm using my phone. I need to scan that QR code to log in. Once I scan it, it's going to log into my account automatically from my phone. Now as you can see, it's logging me in. Now I'm inside my account. Now from here, next thing you need to do is to choose a currency you want to buy. Most exchanges like Binance offer a wide variety of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and more. I'm going to use Binance as an example. I'm not going to do this example on KuCoin and Gemini. So I'm going to just use Binance as an example. If you want to buy cryptocurrency, you must have done some research, or somebody must have told you about the potential of the cryptocurrency before you want to purchase it. So now you can buy either by bank transfer, by credit or debit card, or by P2P. I'll explain all these three. So I'll start with the bank transfer. And I click on bank transfer. Now we are at this point, and because I'm in Nigerian, it's showing me Nigerian Naira. And you can see it. You can do bank transfer and you can use a wallet. So I click on next here. But you can change your currency here. You can select and change your currency here. So now I've added my bank account before. So let me show you how to add a bank account. Let me act as if I'm changing my bank account, add a new one. You just type the name of your bank here, type the name of your bank. As a Nigerian, you put your bank. For example, it's Access Bank PLC. Then you add your account number. Let it be yours, and let the name that you used to open Binance match with your bank name. If not, you have a problem. Now, after doing that, you will add the amounts that you want to purchase. For example, I put 3,000 Naira. They are taking a 100 Naira merchant fee. I click on continue. Now you can see they are telling me to make payment to this account number, because this is the account number I provided for them. Maybe they provided also the same account number, so it will be easier for me. So if I make payment, look at the time to deposit. If I make the payment, all I need to do is click I have paid. So now let me go to the next method, which is credit or debit card. Let me click on it. Now you can enter the amount you want to buy. The list is 9,000 Naira in my currency. Then from here, you can choose the cryptocurrency you want to buy. You can type it in here or search for it here. Then you click on continue. Then from here, you can click to add a card, or you can pay with Google Pay if your card is attached to Google Pay. Now let me click on add a card. You can add a card, click on add a new card. Your name is already there. You can't change it. You add your card number and the expiry date and CVV. Now your address too is already here, so you can also change it here. So let me go back. If you pay, that means you have bought this amount of Bitcoin in cash. That's how to purchase from credit card and debit card. Let me go to P2P, which is the most troubling for most people. Now P2P means peer-to-peer transfer, and as you can see, fiat, the currency here is, I don't know if it's yuan that is here. Well, I need to change it to Naira, so I put NGN, that's it, my currency. I've changed it now, so it needs to refresh. Now, as you can see, now this person is selling 1 USDT for 748.87 Naira. I think you see the list amount at the top. While it's going down, the amount is increasing for each USDT or each currency. So you can also change the currency. Look at currencies here. You can also sell too. So, but for this tutorial, I'm talking about buying. So in case you choose to buy from here, but let me tell you who you should choose from. Like now, this, I do not like this. It's 4.5% completion rates. Other rates, I like 94.2. It's good. 92, it's good. 94 is good. 91 is good. For this order, 98 is good. This is perfect. So you can choose to buy from this, but you should also consider the amount to the sale. Like for this rate, I will not buy from this person because I don't think he's reliable. So I think I should go for this. And you click on buy if you want to purchase. The transaction in P2P is done by bank transfer. Now, as you're here, you see after clicking on buy USDT from from the person, you see that his payment time limit is 15 minutes, and also you can see the amount here. You can know the amount you want to buy. You can see the amount here also. That's what I didn't tell you. When you see this amount here, you see that this is the lowest limit this person wants to sell. This is the lowest limit, and this is the highest limit this person wants to sell. This is the lowest limit, and this is the highest limit. So depending on the amount that you're purchasing, that is, you will check for the limit the person is willing to sell to you. So for this person is 500,000 naira, and you can see the amount you receive. You can see the rate here. So you click on buy USDT. Now you can see the countdown has begun. You can see the person's account number, the bank account number. You can see reference number. This number here, you need to copy it. Click here, copy it, and you paste it at where they say description while transferring the money. And you need to type in exactly this amount that you want to transfer. So when you finish transferring, what you need to do is to notify the seller that you have transferred the money. When the seller sees that you have transferred the money, the seller will accept your order, and the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency will be transferred to your account. So now, after you finish purchasing your cryptocurrency, the next thing for you to do is to store your cryptocurrency. Once your order is fulfilled, your cryptocurrency will be added to your exchange account. You should then transfer that cryptocurrency to a secure wallet for safekeeping using your hard wallet called Ledger. Now, this is Ledger here. You can purchase Ledger here for some amount of dollars. Now it shows me in naira. If I click on it, okay, this one is 78,000 naira, as you can see from here. So, and its features are different. This one has a Bluetooth feature, while the other one is about 42,000 naira. So you can buy one of these devices and it gets shipped to you, and you use this to store your cryptocurrencies. So I think this is all for the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Type a comment in the comment section telling me the video that you would like to see next, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so I'll bring you more videos like this.